So, it's like this thing turns on in me because I know I'm a nice person. I have been a nice person.
It turns
I
on
am a
in
nice
all of
person,
us.
but I know there's like a devil in me. Like everyone would know about that devil side of yourself. Like, and I know that I'm a nice person. I can be a nice person, but that nice person can turn to a manipulative person, which can then draw in. And my mum always used to say, I used to suck in men and spit them back out. And I knew I was in this pattern. And I'm being so open right now, but it has to be shared because I believe that a lot. Because I know I can see it in women around me as well. I'm not just the only one. I'm not naming anyone because it's for people's own realizations to see their behavior patterns. But I know I am one to draw in the guys with my luscious hair and my, hence this hair is out because I don't want to be doing. I know what I'm doing and I don't need to be doing it. And luring guys in with this image that I was portraying myself as to be. And I said to you, didn't I? Why is it I draw these type of men to me that basically just want me for something else, not for actual love.
Yeah.
They don't see me as that. But then I'm like, whoa, was I actually portraying myself as that image? It made me question my whole identity. And then I was like, I thought he was the one with all the problems. And then suddenly this day
the table
was
began to turn. And I was like, thank God, because
it's not all
I've been
me.
in a shitstorm this whole...
And I was like, oh shit, I've been doing this my whole entire life. So then this was like my realization, and then I think this evening was a bit more of like I was sitting in my
you began to start to shift into your own patterns,
conditioning and patterns.
So as I started to come out of mine, you started to enter into yours.
Mine, and then this was like, okay, this goes into day 4.
Taking all of
your hair
out.
But made me realise I was like this serpent, and then it was the hair serpent.
The hair of the snake.
Medusa.
Yeah,
that was
Medusa,
it.
yeah.
And it was like I suddenly was Medusa. I had this vision of me being this person that was manipulating people to get this sort of sexual energy, and it wasn't who I was. And then it was one of the gods come and saved her, chopped her head off.
Cut her head off, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, you're going to chop my head off because I knew I had to sacrifice
I knew I had a sword. I was like, I'll get ready to cut your head off. But no, we took the hair out.
He bought some pliers and basically took my hair out because that was like my manipulation. I was hiding. That was my shame. And I didn't realise this the whole time. Hence, I've taken it out now because I haven't got anything to hide behind anymore. But I was hiding behind my shame of, well, I never looked after my hair because I used to put hair extensions in it. But I was doing it for image. I was doing it to make myself look beautiful.
Yeah.
To try and make myself look, to
hide. And to hide as well. To hide your shame.
Who was I doing it for? And I realised that if I was doing it for me, why would I go and ruin my hair? Or why would I want to be anything outside of who I was? Why I should have been natural my whole life, but I wasn't. I was putting fake stuff on, like fake.
Well, it's the same with me and my muscles.
The thing is these are coming off. We keep forgetting, but they're coming off. This is the next thing about this whole. Who you're trying to portray, and then you ended up taking out all of my hair extensions.
Yeah, you want to be loved because you can't love yourself. That's the soul thing here. You portray an image, and the image says, "Love me, love me."
But
because
really
underneath it, you don't love yourself.
But I got to a point of self-love. Don't get me
wrong.
wrong. Before I met you, we both did.
Yeah, otherwise it.
But then it was like, I knew I was outgrowing my conditioning of this. I knew because I was like wanting to change my hair, and I wanted to go more natural. I'd been so blonde. It happened really close to when I met you. I was like, I just felt this urge to be like, I just want to take all my hair out and I just want to be natural. Like for ages, I just want to wear white. I just want to be pure. I don't want to hold all this because I was attracting the wrong kind of man. Yeah. And I wanted someone who actually loved me because I loved me enough. But then it was like, that was the shedding of the skin. That was the shedding of the layer.
The layer, yeah.
And then coming to meet you, it was like, I was just, boom. I was like, take it. I don't want it anymore.
That was such a rewarding thing for me to do that for you.
I know.
And it was like, I think it was like rewarding for both of us to be able to just
show all of me.
I
was like, my hair is awful under this, by the way, and you were like, oh my God, it's so bad.
Yeah, but I was like, I didn't care. It felt so good doing it for you.
I know.
And then so we really owned all of our shame. We really started speaking about all of the secrets, all of the stuff that we don't tell other people because we feel ashamed about it.
Yeah.
And then from there, you just started to get all of my clothes, and all of a sudden, my whole flat just started to upside down.
Which we will reveal the end result. We're nearly finished. So
we toasted to shame that night.
Yeah, we did.
We toasted to our own shame, and to really bring it to the surface, bring it to the table, and to really own it. And that's how you really heal these inner wounds.
Yeah, accepting the shame. Accept your shame.
When two people do this together, it's so powerful and it's so bonding. It's such a deeply bonding experience.
And you love me even more.
I love you even more. Yeah.
And I loved you even more once you showed me everything.
I know.
Everything.
So
we have to say at the end, we had a bath, didn't we, together? And he got naked in front of me. And I was like, what was wrong? There's nothing wrong with it. What
No,
were you all ashamed of?
Yeah, I know.
And you were like, yeah, I don't know what I was ashamed of.
It's just,
just
literally,
the acceptance.
it is the acceptance
Of other.
and
It was the acceptance of
yeah,
other. We
yeah.
kind of accepted it within ourselves. We didn't want to show other. And then this was the next stage, was showing other your shame.
I didn't even feel like I could accept it in myself.
I know.
Like whenever you
acceptance
come round,
of
I'd like
me.
be trying to hide everything.
Yeah, I know.
This is what you do with shame. You try to hide it.
So basically, you
try to
open a
hide it
cupboard
away.
and all the shame fell out.
So,
But yeah, the acceptance of other, that you accepted me without a hair. Why else would I have hair in anymore? My love loves me for who I am, and I love me for who I am underneath the hair, anyways. But it was I wasn't ready for the rest of the world to see that and own the shame. But you owned my shame. You accepted my shame, and it made me accept it. So I can go around. I don't have to put anything in anymore. And even makeup, like I'm not really fussed about. I'm not putting eyelashes in anymore. Like
you don't need them. You're already beautiful enough.
yeah, but it took the acceptance of other for us to even go bush. We bonded even deeper that night, didn't we? Yeah. And then we're going into day 4, which is then when all of my layers. This is what after IKEA, I went in a bit of a slump, didn't I?
Oh yeah, so we went shopping, didn't we? We went shopping and brought all new. We just maxed out. Well, I maxed out my credit card. There wasn't a lot of maxing out to do on it.
Babe.
Yeah.
So what's happening now?
We're building an empire. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing, building an empire.
And I'll be looking like I've got a lot of work to be doing.
Yeah, he's got a lot of building to do. Build a day.
Ridiculous amount.
Is it worth it though?
For you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll build you a whole fucking an empire, absolute empire, and I'll put you on top. Hell yeah.
Oh, we are literally building our own home now, so start of our new life.
It's the start of a long day for me.
Yep.
What's the time now?
I don't even know. 4:30. 4:30. We've bought everything. And what time do you reckon you'll get everything done? We've got everything.
Yeah.
Like this is like serious. If we get through this, babe, that means we can get through life.
What?
When you can do IKEA together.
Yeah, we're gonna.
This is gonna be our IKEA test. So we are currently on the way back home to basically build our life. Prince Charming over there. I've been missing you. It's gonna be fun. If you can get through IKEA, you can get through anything.
You know, I'm just gonna watch all these videos just to watch you.
Vice versa. I've been missing you.
So I'm up against it. I'm up against it. I'm up against it. It's now 4 o'clock. I have until 11 tonight to get through a monumental workload. Haven't seen Lauren since 11 o'clock last night. And since then, I've been working my arse off, but I've got so much more to do. Let me show you. So this is currently how things are looking. Walls are near enough white, they're near enough done. I've got another round to go, another coat, then some cutting in. And I've got a monumental amount of furniture to put together. I think I don't even work out how much I've got, but so I've got to get this finished painted. There's lots of decors and bits and bobs to put up, the furniture to put together, and then this flat to clean. Look at this. And I'm in someday. You know I'm such a fool for you. And I've got 7 hours to do it. You're about to see an astronomical effort.
Yeah,
and then
we thought we have to do this now.
We
kind of knew we also knew we had 7 days till union.
Yeah,
how did we know that?
Because it's 7 days of creation.
7 days of creation. Boom, that was it.
That was it.
That was it.
So it was a mad download.
God created.
We knew 7 days.
God created the world in 7 days.
And you come on your period on that day as well.
I did. I come on 4 days earlier because I knew by the 7th day I was off. And that was when day 4 hit. We knew what we needed to do.
Yeah.
I think it was that night. Was it day 3 night? I had all this. I did. It was when my whole body was shaking.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so awful. Okay, so this is the end of day 3, was when obviously I realised about the manipulative, and I realised the cone, and I did my own Reiki in the night. I went off into my own shame, my own manipulation, my own
just
being.
To really open it up and see
I was seeing every relationship I've been in. I was seeing every man I'd been with, and obviously I had to open up to my behaviour to you. And I didn't know if you would accept me from my past, about what I've gone through. I won't go into detail, but obviously my manipulation, this part of me that used to trigger and need to feel that sexual feeling, had caused me to be in many relationships with men, and it wasn't something I was, I wasn't very proud of myself. Like, I was like, whoa, that's not me. But I knew the separation. I knew the separation of that. That's not the love I wanted. I didn't want to just have the one night stand or have the little meaningless relationship for what? I knew it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted someone to love me, yet I was in this cycle of just getting the same type of person, same person that was just using me, same experience that was using me for sex, or I was using. It was the same thing, same cycle. But I was sitting there going, "Oh my God, I've just realised my whole life." So everything was flashing back at me. I said, "I need a moment. I need to go to bed." But you just held me the whole night, like I did with you. And then that day, I visualised the cocoon, whatever it was in me, this cone, whatever it was, and I was like, it's going. And I know, because I knew it was feeding off of this energy, and I didn't want that type of love anymore. I didn't want that manipulation. I didn't want that sexual energy driving me to be in relationships.
And I had the same thing. The sexual energy was in me,
and
as
it was
well.
like, you can't do this alone. It's in me too, because you were feeding it.
I knew
man was feeding it into women.
Yeah.
So that's why the purity of sex, it triggers that cone within the women through sex, and it's we realised the semen and everything, what it did. It was feeding it.
The woman
so
then becomes the holder of it.
Yeah, it becomes the holder of it, but then yet you were the feeder
and
of it.
And then
so
the
we
man
really had to release this together.
Constantly releases into it.
So this side of the evil, which we said that is the evil, which is the sexual manipulation, we knew we had to get rid of that in our body, and also for our generational patterns, that was where manipulation come from, where sexual energy come from.
Like shame and guilt.
So I did the Reiki, I removed mine, I removed yours. We felt it go, because we felt the emptiness, right?
And we also, are we going to talk about the sacrifice, the burning?
Okay, yes. Yeah. Oh God. Okay, so intuitively,
we both knew,
because I had a Reiki session where this lovely woman, Natasha, this is my course on the Master Teacher, by the way. She was holding my stomach because I felt tension in my lower area, my sacral chakra, which was just the sexual energy part, and she went, "There's something here." She knew. So when I had a Reiki session,
as well.
And you knew, you felt it, and I knew, and then that's when this whole cone thing, I knew I was holding something, and she said, "This sounds really disgusting," because she was holding me, and she went, "We got to get rid of it," and she couldn't get. It was like it wasn't coming out. She went, "You know what? The only thing you can do." I heard this in a wives' tale. She went, "This is her telling me. I've heard this in an old wives' tale about the shedding of the period, to be able to shed that period back into earth where it came from." That story, it was so bizarre.
You can see where this one's going.
And the fact that I came on my period that day, on day 3 of meeting you, I knew then. I was like,
had to retain the blood. I was
like, okay, this is what's happening. So we removed the cone, and then I went to you. I went. I know I'm coming on. I felt the period. I felt the tension. I went, I'm coming on tomorrow, and I could feel it. And it was that night. Not only I removed the cone, we removed yours. You knew you had to.
I knew I had to ejaculate
some
of
whatever that energy was, and I had to shed the blood of. But it's all through Reiki. It's all about visualization, and it's all about intention, and you setting that intention that you're going to get rid of this energy that you've been carrying for a long time. So it's pure intention. We release that. So I knew this period was releasing that part of me, just by the fact that I wanted to let go. I observed what it was doing and why it was there, how it was there. Like I knew everything, and I was at that point of like, I'm getting rid of it. And this is through Reiki. It's exactly the same of everything we were done with your healing, and everyone I do the same of healing as well. Is like we identify the energy and we remove the energy, but only when you really truly want to let go of it, because you know the reasons behind it, the understanding behind it, the awareness of it, and once you have that awareness, it's gone.